we are taking a bold step of scrapping fees for them, all forms of fees for them, from level 100 to level 400. No person with disability will pay school fees under the next NDC Mahama government. And on top of that, there is this Mahama Cares intervention, which I am also excited about because I have family relatives with chronic diseases like cancer. And I know you know people with diabetes. You know people with hypertension and other form of heart diseases. You know people with kidney failure who sometimes are just left to die because they cannot afford the high cost of medication. A nation, Samson, that does not take care of its sick is sick. A nation that does not take care of its sick is sick. All these chronic diseases, which account for the highest percentage of mortalities, deaths we record in this country, are not covered by the health insurance. Right. And so we're establishing a special fund called Mahama Cares to support the cost of treatment. Right. So in addition to the free primary health care, which will ensure that anybody who goes to a CHIP compound, a clinic, a polyclinic, a health center is treated for free whether or not they have health insurance. Now you ask about funding, and I will just answer that in the next 1-2 minutes. You see, the problem with us as a country is not the inadequacy of funds. It has to do with the misplaced priorities of the Akufo-Addo Bawumia government.
So you say you are going to implement a no academic fee policy for first-year students in all public tertiary institutions, including universities, colleges of education, and nursing training colleges. Yes. The question is, your government said we couldn't give these nurses the allowances. The teachers, we couldn't continue with the allowances. The country's purse could not take care of that. What changed?
We are not talking about allowances. And these are not allowances. In fact, what we did with allowances was to replace the allowances, not to cancel, to replace the allowances with student loans, because we had upgraded teacher training institutions into tertiary level colleges of education, and we said for equity, take student loans like your colleagues in other tertiary institutions do, so that we can abolish the quota system which was inhibiting access. Now, what we are talking about has got nothing to do with allowances. We have seen a problem where a lot of children who pass their WASI, get admission, are not able to enter various tertiary institutions because the admission fee is so high. And you see, at the entry level, parents bear a lot of cost in addition to the academic fees. But when your child is going to university, the things you are buying for the child, just so that the child can go, the prospectus, in fact, the food, the things you need to buy, the chop money and all that, in addition to the admission fee, account for a lot of children dropping out.
What happened to your perspective on free SHS about making it discriminatory rather than wholesale? Because there are people who can afford, there are people who don't need the first entry fees that you are going to pay. Yeah. There are those who you pay the entry fee, and after that, they can't continue. Yeah. They may drop out.
No, they won't drop out because the student loan plus is there now. And you see, once you gain admission, the heavy lifting is gaining admission to become a student. If you don't pay that money, you don't become a student. Once you enter school and you even owe your second year or third year fees, you're able to negotiate with the authorities. You have 1 year to pay. But for the admission fee, usually they have a short period of time from the time the results come to the time that they must enter school. So that is why we are doing that.
We take it that you have revised your earlier approach.
Let me answer the part about the discrimination. The problem we had with the mode of implementing, which was not only an NDC problem, even Akufo-Addo's cousin Ken Ofori-Atta made the same argument, was that provide a system for those who want to pay. And that system will be provided under this system. That is it. Provide the system, give opportunity to those who say, look, government, thank you, I can pay.
How do you expect that to happen?
Why won't that happen?
It's free.
Something. So yeah, it is free.
Why should I say I opt to pay?
It is free, but provide the opportunity. If I can pay for my child, I will pay. You understand? That opportunity is what Ken Ofori-Atta, Stephen Adair, higher ups in the MPP called for.
If
and
we
also called for.
If we use
But
the CDD's democracy projects, their analysis of the fiscal impact of repealing e-levy, it means the projected revenue we are talking about is going to be over 8 billion.
Okay.
Okay. Then for the COVID tax,
8 billion over what period?
2015, 2025, 2026, and 2027.
Let me tell you something.
Then COVID tax will take us to almost 14 billion.
It's all true.
So you say we are broke,
but look,
and that is the fact. How are you
public,
going to get that money?
Our public debt has increased by 641 billion. And all these amounts you are quoting pale into insignificance when it is compared to the total resource envelope that has accrued to this government. They alone, Mills and Mahama in 8 years borrowed $4.7 billion from the Eurobond market. They alone in 6 years borrowed $11 billion. What did they use the money for? The net effect of what they did with the money is the bankruptcy we find ourselves in. So the problem is not the inadequacy.
You talk about bankruptcy.
These are the people
and you guys force us.
Let me give you some answer.
To say this because you always discount COVID and you always discount Ukraine.
So why is Côte d'Ivoire not bankrupt? Why are they still servicing their debt? Why is Togo servicing its debt? Why is Nigeria servicing its debt? Why is Burkina Faso servicing its debt?
Are you sure?
Are
you sure a Nigerian?
Let me answer you.
Are you sure a Nigerian wants Ghana's? A Nigerian will not prefer Ghana's economy to their economy.
Our economy that can service its debt. I'm saying that how did COVID jump all these countries and only came to destroy our country's economy, rendering it bankrupt? Look, these people went for one cabinet retreat in 2021 and spent 4.5 million cedis in one day. 45 billion OCDs.
Okay.
These people, no, let me answer your question because I want to show you where the money is.
I need you to take a pause.
No. I have to, in fairness, 1 minute, let me answer.
Okay.
Look, when we were leaving office, we were running the Office of Government Machinery with just about 700 million Ghana cedis. As I speak to you, the allocation alone is over 2 billion cedis. You know that. Look at the monies they have wasted on that useless pit they call a cathedral. $58 million, equivalent to 928 million cedis. That is aside the arrears, the debt we owe the contractor. If you add that, that is close to 2 billion Ghana cedis. And you tell me that we can't find just about 300 million to cushion newly admitted WASI candidates, who are struggling to pay their school fees so that they can pursue their careers, they can become lawyers like Samson Ladi Ayinene and so on. So the problem has to do with the corruption. It has to do with the waste and the misplaced priorities. And that is why John Mahama has promised that within 90 days, in fact, he says within 14 days, his cabinet appointments would have been done ready for parliamentary approval. And within 90 days, he would have put in place the leanest and the most efficient government in our history that will eschew profligacy and waste, and that will promote modesty and efficiency in the utilization of the meager resources of state.
Thank you.
We will find the money to do it. Where there is a will, there is always a way.
And